All right, class, how are you? I am happy to be here to do the next lesson. Welcome to algebra. I would like to present what happens when I distribute, but do it in reverse. So I am going to do what's called factoring. Whoopsie. Forgot to grab a pen. So when I factor, what essentially I am doing is I am doing reverse distribution. And so, like we had two methods for our last section, we're also going to have two methods here. But you need to understand what is the number that these two numbers here in front and two variables here have in common. So when we look at this, it's really, really important for you to get all of the big number. So, in other words, what number can I divide both 27 and 18 by? Well, I can divide them both by 9. What number, or what letter, can I divide both y squared and y by to be able to cancel out my y's? Well, I can divide both by y. So the first method that I'm going to show you is the box method, okay? And so I'm going to put a box around this. I've got my box. Out here, I'm going to put my 9y. And remember, when we did our multiplication, we multiplied this number times this number to get this number. So instead, here we're dividing. So we're dividing 27y squared by 9y. So we know from our division rules in chapter 8 that I'm going to divide my two numbers. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. And I know from chapter 8 that when I have a y to the 1 and a y squared, I'm going to subtract my exponents, and I'm going to get 1. All right? Excellent. Now, let's do the same thing to this. I'm going to divide this by 9y. 18 divided by 9 is 2. It's going to be a positive 2. Pay attention to this sign here. And y divided by y, my y's are going to cancel. So that's it. Now, I'm not done yet. That was just my work to get my answer. So, what did I divide my binomial by? I divided by 9y. And what was the answer when I divided it? 3y plus 2. And that is my solution. Now, if I was going to do this using a division method, or kind of reverse distribution. Whoopsie, I have to write the original problem, sorry. So my original problem was 27y squared. That's not 27, Mrs. Hartwell. Woofda! There we go. 27y squared plus 18y. So now, if again, I take my 9y, and I divide this by 9y, and I divide this by 9y, I can do it in this method also. Again, this box method is going to come back later in the chapter, and so I really want you to be comfortable with that. But many students do better with this method, with this topic. So, 27 divided by 9 is 3. Y divided by y is y. I'm sorry, y squared divided by y is y. 18 divided by 9 is 2, positive 2. My y's will cancel, so no y's. But, again, what did I divide this by? I divided it by 9y. So, this is my answer. Okay? Here's the thing. You're going to forget to write this part here using this method. Using this method, you know you just need to write down both of the things on the outside multiplied by each other. So be careful when you're deciding which method to use. Okay, let's try this one. I'm going to use the box method again because I really want you to get comfortable with that. Make sure your sign stays with your term. And what do these have in common? My number can't be bigger than any of these numbers, and it can't be, so it has to be 2 in this case, because this can be divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2, but 2 can't be divided by 4. So I can divide this by 2 and make that a 1, so a 2 is going to go outside. What about A's? How many A's do I have? Here I have 2 A's, here I have 1 A, here I have 1 A. So I can't divide this by 2 A's, I would have a negative exponent, so 1 A. 1 B, 2 B's, 1 B. You see where that's coming from? I'm looking at the exponent and 1 B. And that's what I'm going to divide by. So negative 4 divided by 2 gives me negative 2. A squared divided by A gives me A. And my B's are going to cancel. Okay? Negative 8 divided by 2 gives me negative 4. My A's are going to cancel. 2 minus 1 is 1, so I have 1B. Okay. My 2 divided by 2 is going to cancel. That'll be 1. My A divided by A will cancel. My B divided by B will cancel. That's my answer. Awesome. So here's the thing. When I write my answer, my 2AB is on the outside, and on the outside over here is minus 2A minus 4B plus 1. I can always check my answer. How can I check my answer? Well, I can multiply this back in, and when I multiply that back in, I should get my original problem that I reverse distributed from. All right, number 3, we're going to do in class. God bless.